Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm reviewing these SOG throwing hawks, as they're called on the label. So I'm actually going to be sending these back, and I'll get into that in a minute, but just to start off, let's see, yeah, I think this is the one that's in the best shape of them all. So it's got a fully steel handle, like this is just paracord wrap. It's solid steel underneath this. Got a spike on the back. And then it's got your blade. The main reason I'm returning these is because of wear that occurred when I was throwing them. So to start, now I will say before I continue that occasionally I think one of these throwing hawks or hatchets, I guess they're considered hatchets even though they look a bit like futuristic or whatever the heck, they ran into each other on at least one occasion. I believe that might be part of the reason for this wear, but it does seem a bit much. I don't know if you guys can see it from this angle, but there is edge wear. There is edge deformation up here at the edge of my fingernail. Let's see if I can zoom in here. I think y'all can see it now. It's like up there. And then there's a smaller, less noticeable deformation down here. Let's see if I can find it. Well, I guess maybe I was wrong. There appears to be no edge deformation down here. Although, I don't think I pointed this out earlier, but you see the edge of my fingernail right there, there's some more edge deformation on this particular throwing hawk. Put that one to the side. Like I said, I am returning these. As for this one, there's not as much I guess noticeable deformation to the edge, at least on the edge when you get up close. But if you look, you can see this part up here is actually a bit bent. I know I'm fumbling around with the camera here a bit, guys. Sorry about any inconvenience or whatever. And a bolt. There's some lights burn out up here, so the lighting's not the best. But let me see if I can get y'all to see that from the top angle. Yeah, I'll try and draw a circle around it when I go to edit this. But yeah, that's the main reason I'm returning these, is because of edge deformation. Now, well, I've observed, I don't claim to be a master of blades, although I do think I know some about them. What I seem to notice is amongst blades, some blades can handle metal-on-metal contact without much, if any, wear, like steel-on-steel contact. Like, say this throwing hawk was to run into, I don't know, the cage around this kerosene heater, you know. Some edges would be able to hold up to that decently well, and some wouldn't. And of course, these, I'm 99% positive, even like just the handle of these is harder than that. That cage around this the cage around this kerosene heater right here. So there's a increased chance of wear if one of these hawks, throwing hawks, hit one another than just like what appears to be a softer steel object like that cage. But to be honest, I am a little bit disappointed. I mean, I'd much rather have these than not have them. And I don't mean to look like a gift horse in the mouth. I remember my dad, we were talking upstairs a little bit ago, like a day or so, I don't know. And he said, this is why I wanted to get you like a bigger, bulkier one. Or he said something along those lines. And yeah, I agree with him now. I'm going to return these and probably get a bigger, bulkier axe. And also, these are 3-packs, so, you know, when stuff comes in like a bulk pack, like, for those of you who shoot guns out there, you know, ammo, sometimes when it comes in a bulk pack, it's not the most reliable. I think maybe the same is true for these. Now, let's get into some more details, I guess. So, these handles are paracord wrapped. When I was throwing these, a lot of the times it felt like the paracord was slipping back and forth. That wasn't the most comfortable, made me feel a tiny bit insecure about them. Maybe a bit more than tiny now that I think about it, but yeah. That was a problem. I mean, it can be fixed. It's not a big deal. The main thing is edge deformation. I'm going to try and have the most detailed review I can reasonably. Right now it's 3:30 in the morning. So we'll see what I can do. So if you read right here, I want to pause the video. It says blah 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 blah, designed specifically for target practice. So if they're designed specifically for target practice, maybe there's something different about the steel because of that. I don't know. But also, no matter what steel it is, these have like a thinner edge profile, like not the cutting edge right here, but like whatever you would call this, the secondary edge or whatever, I forgot. So like bending is more likely because of that thinness. And the whole head of these things is somewhat thin. Again, I'd much rather have them than not, but that's something to consider. Something positive about these, however, is how sharp they appear to be. Let me just show you on this piece of paper to give you an idea of how sharp they are. I'll start off with the one that appears to have no edge damage. Let's see. Well, there appears to be a tiny bit of edge damage on this one as well, actually. But I doubt the camera can pick it up, but at least when I'm recording. But if y'all want me to email the pictures or whatever, feel free to post it in the comments. But anyways, on to the sharpness test. Now on to this one where part of it is bent, but there's not much to hinder its sharpness in and of itself. It's just bent on the right appears a bit less sharp. There's actually some more nicks on this blade. Now that I see, and again, I don't think the camera can pick it up, at least in the time period I have at the moment. But yeah, there's some more nicks that I believe in this blade as well. So now on to the one with the most the most nickage, if that's a word, on the edge. A little less, a little less sharp overall than the one before. I think maybe y'all can see how when I go to cut with it, the paper can get caught up here where these major nicks are in the blade, and that causes it to tear sometimes instead of like just cutting. Also, one last thing, they do come with a sheath. Here's what they look like in the sheath. Kind of bulky. This top strap won't strap. And it seems like, you know, when you're walking around in the woods or whatever, these would rub up against each other, which probably isn't the best for like the finish on them and stuff. But yeah. Overall, I think I give these throwing hawks a 3.5 out of 5 stars. So yeah, if y'all, I know this is one of my longer videos. If you're still here and you like this content, please press the like button, especially considering how late it is. But yeah, that's gonna do it. Feel free to ask me any questions in the comments section, and I'll see y'all later.